Hello everyone. So I have been using open source tools, technologies for 20 plus years now. And although I don't really have a lot of experience running an open source project, although I have repositories online, and most likely, I think I did mention it recently in one of my video that I will be starting with someone an open source project. I will share more details once I figure out the licensing, and I have received some help, by the way. Now, what I wanted to share is that if you are a consultant or if you are trying to do something online and your main expertise is around open source technologies, tools, for example, maybe you use Linux, maybe you use Emacs or Mode or GIMP or Inkscape or Blender. There are plenty of open source tools out there, and if you know such tools really well, then you can also help others. And this is something that I have been doing for a long time. In fact, for more than 20 years, I have been earning money outside from my job or my main work. For example, if someone needs to talk to me, or if someone is interested in maybe a small project, for example, they can of course reach out to me, and that can only happen when you have some online presence. For example, if you are really good in designing and you have a lot of experience making banners in Inkscape or maybe GIMP, or maybe you make logos, so you can always of course start your channel, have a website, showcase your work, and promote yourself online, maybe on your own website, show your work on different platforms like LinkedIn, for example. And of course, there are plenty of things that you can do. And also make sure that you have your own newsletter, because when you have your own newsletter, you can directly reach out to your subscribers, your followers. And if you are really good in these things, then you can definitely earn money, and you can also basically make it your main work. For example, if you want to train someone on, let us say, Linux. So Linux is one such thing, one such technology, one such area, domain where you can do plenty of things. You can have your own course like Linux fundamentals, or maybe, and I think if you're talking about things like DevOps, for example. Now, if you are really good in some core tools, technologies like Linux, for example, then you have, of course, a lot of options. And I think, personally, I think, and I can tell you from my experience, you should always consider training, because there is always demand for people who want to get trained. And maybe you can have short courses, maybe you can have uh, some sessions that you can organize. You can, of course, do it uh, on Google Meet or maybe on Zoom. I think Google Meet works. I'm not really sure if there is a limit on Google Meet. I have like a paid one, but there are plenty of other online platforms where you can set up something. I think you can use TopMate. I think there are plenty of things that you can do. You can probably set up some Calendly account where you can ask people to just pay you, and you can of course send them an invite. So basically what I'm trying to say is that first figure out what you need to do, then like what technology you're good in, maybe then work on some course, have a YouTube channel, have a website, have a newsletter, and maybe make it public somewhere that you can be reached out on this particular email address, whatever, and maybe have some kind of a setup where people can just pay you and they can book time with you. And this is what I do also. I, of course, do that mainly for my other work, my Jira related work, because I'm a Jira consultant. And to be honest, I don't really have any time left to do some open source consulting. In fact, I've done that. Nowadays, I don't really have any course focused totally on open source, and I think I should. I might start a course on, maybe, I don't know, maybe org mode fundamentals, maybe something to do with Emacs, because I have a lot of experience. Although I'm not really like an expert, maybe I'm an expert, but I think I know quite a lot. and maybe I will start a course on some designing. I have plenty of ideas, but it's more about the time. It is more about when I can do it, and it is definitely in the pipeline. And in fact, I have my own platform. So if you go to training.sparksys.com, you can look for my upcoming courses, my webinars, and I have a couple of courses, by the way, already there. You can, one of the courses is free, like if you want to learn or if you want to get started with Jira. I have one course called Guide to Start Your Atlassian Career, and there's also one more course called Jira Fundamentals. So I have a couple of courses right now, which I of course will be uh, I will be adding more courses to this portal. So do consider doing something similar. And of course, reach out to me if you have any questions. If you want to earn money from open source technologies or any technology, to be honest, it's more about uh, being good in something that you can also help others with. All right, that is it. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much.